Hey everybody, what's up? Is this recording? Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney. If you're new here, I'm normally a lot brighter and lighter and just full of energy. Not so much today, but that's okay. We all ebb and flow. I like to talk about astrology, spirituality, kind of bringing that into lifestyle and how that shows up in my life, which is what we're going to talk about today. But I like to do these kind of coffee chats, coffee talks, even though I'm having a coffee because my anxiety cannot handle another one. That's called adulting. Anyway, I want to talk today about what it's like to go through a 12th house transit. Now you might be saying, Courtney, why do I care about a 12th house transit? Well, everyone's gonna go through one in their life, and I'll talk about the other transits, but like this is just kind of like me really needing to get this out. And I just said to a friend, I'm like, I wish more people understood the 12th house because it's literally doing a number on me. So these coffee chats are really just sort of here to kind of talk about anything and everything, and this is what I want to talk about today. One of the reasons why I wish more people knew about the 12th house and transits going through it is because I wish there was more compassion from others, not that there isn't, but just like for certain things in my life that I've been experiencing that are really prominent with the 12th house, that I feel like a lot of people in society are just like, you need to like go and be with people, but the 12th house is like, I just want to hermit. So anyway, it's been quite a journey. I've had Saturn in my 12th house since like, when did it move in here? I'll put the date and when it actually moved in here, but I think it was near the end of 2020. Yeah, because it's been like almost 2 years, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I'll put the date here. But basically, Saturn has been in the 12th house where my Saturn return is. And it's literally just been... I just like don't even have the words for how transformational and how difficult this has been, but I'll get to that. So what is the 12th house? First of all, in astrology, there is our birth chart, and our birth chart has all the different houses in it, and there are 12 houses. And when you get to the 12th house is it's basically like if you were to go, I always explain the houses as like a party's going on or like something's happening in that area of your chart and like giving you a certain theme. And so the 12th house is all about ending, so retreat, being alone, mental health, isolation, like really just like a spiritual undergoing of your subconscious beliefs. It's the place of institutions. It's a place of like, and institutions I mean by like spiritual retreat centers, hospitals, like things where there's like a lot of processing and healing. That's the 12th house. And when you have planets transiting that house, you are really undergoing that transformation that house rules. So again, it depends on what planet is moving through that area of your chart, but like I said, I've had Saturn moving through this area for a while, and like even before, because my Saturn is at 0 degrees and it's literally on the line of Capricorn, and also, well, it's at 0 degrees, so it's close to my Capricorn planets, but it starts my Aquarius planet. Basically, I got a little bit of that Capricorn Saturn return too. So it's just like been a lot. A lot has been changing within my structure. I've had to let a lot of things go. Like it feels like no matter what I do, I'm just letting go. Letting go, letting go, letting go, let it go. And like not much has been coming in. You know, there's some things, but it's really representative of that 12th house. So like I said, the 12th house is kind of about seclusion and like wanting to be in your own space. And part of a misconception with this is that it's a very like selfish house, because the person who's going through a big 12th house transit tends to want to be on their own. And I've gotten a lot of people who have different things to say about this, of like, you just like, you have like social anxiety, you don't want to be around anyone. And like, honestly, like I just went through this stage of like, I just don't want to be around people. Like I don't want to plan anything. I don't want to experience that because like I don't have the energy. I don't have the capacity to take on all that emotion of like being around others, which I guess is a little selfish. It comes across that way, but that's part of what the 12th house is. You are undergoing such an inner and spiritual transformation that like it's a lot. Like it is a lot. Okay, so again, it depends what planets are going through there. As I'm recording this today, and what sparked this conversation, I was talking to another friend who has similar placements to me. We have the same sun, moon, and rising. And it was like, I have had no motivation because as I'm filming this, Saturn and Mars are conjunct in the 12th house, and Venus has also been in the 12th house. And it just is like, you can think of it's like pulling things out from the depth, like pulling things out, like really, like if you were to think of a computer system, right? The beliefs are the operating system of how the computer works. That's a 12th house. Everything internal is being reprogrammed when you're going through a 12th house transit, and it just feels like a lot, like a lot. So I guess, like, what is it like going through a 12th house transit? Like, what have I been going through? Honestly, I never thought that I would be someone who like doesn't want to work out or doesn't feel motivated to do those things, which can also be a sign of depression. I'm well aware, I've been through that, and you have to be mindful. And at the same time, it's like, I just like don't have the energy. Like, I don't have the energy because 12th house is so much about endings. There's so much loss. There's so much letting go. And like, it feels both like transformational and really annoying. Yeah, it's so wild. So basically, I've been experiencing it in a few different ways. Like at the start of when Saturn started to really get close to this area of my chart, was a lot of like mental health stuff and like feeling as if like just depressed, like not really wanting to do anything, not seeing anyone. And it's weird because like that's what you crave, that's what you want, and also like don't want to be around others, and there's like not a huge like health situation to that. So it's complicated to explain, but I've basically just felt like everything in my life that I ever knew is just like really being ripped away, and I don't have any control. It's a lot about surrender in the 12th house, a lot about like letting go and allowing things to just fall away. You know, it's ruled by Pisces, so Pisces is the last one in the zodiac sign, so it is about those endings and then restarting again when it moves through. So the transit itself is like supposed to really help you like program your subconscious, reprogram all of those things that you thought, and have you question like, you know, your spiritual information, and like just like question things about life. And like you're undergoing a lot of internal transformation when you're going through a 12th house transit. And like, I kid you not, going through this has been like, I'm literally at the point where I'm just like, I don't even know what to do anymore, because it's like, no matter how hard you try and push towards something, those planets that are in the 12th house are like, no, you don't have control over this. You need to surrender. You need to surrender. And as an astrologer, I know this, and also it's really frustrating because I live in the 3D world. It's like, ah! So again, it totally depends like what planets are moving through this area of your chart, and also what sign. I have Saturn in Aquarius, and my 12th house is in Aquarius, so it's really like desire for freedom and feeling restricted in what I'm able to do is a huge theme in terms of like being myself, being able to do the work I want in the world, literally being able to exist in the world, like go and do things. I've not been able to do that because of my choices and my values around freedom and freedom of choice. And it's just, it is a lot. It's just so much. Like, wish more people got it, like with the 12th house, but hard to explain. It's almost like there aren't enough words to explain the actual feelings of what it's like to go through it. So comment below if you've been through a 12th house transit and what you experienced, because goddamn, it's a lot. Anyway, I just wanted to share this because my life, it's what's happening at the moment, and I know that everything, this is the beauty of astrology, is that I know a phase, I know it's a cycle, and I know it won't last for forever, and that gives me a lot of hope and reminds me that, you know, it won't be like this forever. This too shall pass. But when you're going through a lot of endings and changing of who you are, it's a lot. It's just a lot. And the 12th house is that. Like, it's just, it feels almost as if like a butterfly coming out of the cocoon into like this new world and new life and new experience, which is again both beautiful and also very overwhelming. But anyway, if you're someone who's been through a 12th house transit, definitely let me know. Let me know if you want to know more about the houses and what these transits going through them mean. Just for more context, like when I'm talking about a transit, I'll put a chart up here. The transit is when the planets are moving on the outside of your chart. You know, it's helpful to have someone explain to you how to do do that or get an astrology reading. But that's what we're talking about when we talk about the transits. And again, planet has a different flavor, and of course, like, it can come up for everyone differently, but typically if you're going through a 12th house transit, you're really changing your belief systems. You're questioning spirituality, big theories, and your spiritual connection is changing, and it can be a time of dark, like a dark night of the soul, but aids in a lot of transformation and helps you rebuild the person that you really are here to become. Yeah. Right before you're actually a good way, we always go through 12th house transit, of course, and right before you reach the season in your life that is your rising sign. So let's say, for example, your rising sign is Aries, then you are going to have, let's say, for example, your rising sign is Capricorn. So right before Capricorn season, your 12th house is going to be activated, which is going to be your Sagittarius house, and that's going to be the 12th house for you. It's going to be more of a time of like introspection and going through those 12th house transits, which is a lot of the time why people feel like, oh, like I can't do anything during this time, like right before that season kicks off where they're in their rising sign energy, because that is like a renewal of energy. When we have energy crossing our rising sign, it renews something, whereas the 12th house ends it. So there's that. Anyway, I am going to go now and I'm gonna muster up some energy to do a workout. You know, it's good for you. It's good for your body, mind, and soul. And yeah, that's all I got. This is a life of Courtney, and what's happening in this world of mine is just a little chaotic and dramatic, and all about trusting the universe's timing, which, by the way, is annoying me a lot. Could they hurry up and help me out, cause I'm about to lose my marble. Like, I just want to go and do things and be normal and be allowed, but not normal. Like, I don't want to be normal because I'm not normal, but like, I just want to be able to like live, you know, as me, instead of feeling like I'm being consequenced for being myself. And I'm really jealous of everyone who's, anyway. That was very informative, I'm sure. I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget, go live your dreams, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye!